Welcome to the channel, Pain the Batoot here with another mechanic task from Tarkov. This one's Gunsmith Part 13 for the modification of an RSAS. So you can see here I've got it ready to go in, but let's go over it and see if I can help you complete the task. So of course you're going to need the gun itself, an RSAS, sighting range of 1500 meters and above. Um, that's going to take a little bit of doing because you need some of the scopes only go out to I think like 800 or 1000. They don't go 15, so there's only a very few number of scopes that will go above that level. Um, and of course, you always need a mount for a scope. Be careful of the weight, 6.7, so make sure you take the mag out and any bullets in the gun. You need a silencer of some type, ergonomics more than 26, so 26 and above, recoil less than or equal to 300. So this is the gun that I'm going to hand in, and you can see that this item fits the objectives for the active task. Gunsmith Part 13. So, how did I get here? We'll go to the flea first and look for an RSAS. And you can see that they are for sale on the flea. So you can be bought or peacekeeper. There's a task. I think there's also a barter item at one point. You have to have peacekeeper up to level 3, peacekeeper up to 3 or 4, and you can just barter it for some dog tags. But in the meantime, here's the gun that you need. As always, if you're buying it off the flea, make sure that this first number is 60 or above. So this whole page here looks sufficient to complete the task. So just grab one for the money. I actually managed to find one in raid. In fact, I found two in raid in just my normal day-to-day thing, finding them in gun boxes. So I kept one and I used the other one and I got killed and lost it. So anyways, you can buy that. I think that's a change. I think you weren't able to buy them before. Keep that in mind. If they're 165,000, they're worth. I would just sell them because they're not really a gun that I use ever. So there you go. Anyways, that's the start of it. Okay, so then you're going to need a scope, and the scope that I used here, and is the preferred scope as far as I'm concerned is a Schmidt and Bender. So this is a TAC 30, and that was I was talking before about the TAC 30. You can see it's only good to 800 meters. We need 15, and the same for this Night Force. Well, this one will go up to 2,000, so you can do that, but keep an eye. Try to get the scope with the least number of, or least impact, negative impact on ergonomics. So this is -8. So the one I'm using is quite expensive, um, but it's also got -8. So I probably could get by with the Night Force as well. I don't know if there's any real difference other than this is 99 thousand rubles, and this one is you could buy a power bank and a UV lamp and probably get this a lot cheaper. This Vom Z is only 800 meters, so it's no good. So you want either this Night Force or this Schmidt and Bender. Doesn't matter one way or the other. Both will work. Now they're both 34 millimeter scopes. So you need to get a 34 millimeter ring, and this Night Force 34 mil ring is usually the best choice. It does require a propane can, so not sure what propane is going for. Take that off. 40. That's not too bad. So let's go Night Force. So there's a scope, 92. That's a bit pricey, but it is cheaper than the Smith and Bender. And then here's the two options, and you can't get a hold of that one. So this would be the option you'd have to use, and it's 11,000. But it's I think it's cheaper than a can of propane. Okay, so if I jump back to my gun, There's the Schmidt and Bender. Let's go to the modification. So there's the Schmidt and Bender scope, and it's here. If I just take that off for a second, and there's a set of rings, the Night Force rings. So ergonomics is probably going to be the challenge on this. So I did buy from Peacekeeper the KAC folding rear sight for 1 bonus point of ergo, and the front sight KAC. Again, they both give a single point of ergo. So of course you want them. Okay, so that's the start of it. Now the other thing is this thing came with a its own stock, the PRS Gen 2, minus 24 recoil, plus 2 ergonomics. That's not horribly bad. But this is the one I've decided to go, so 22 plus 9, so more ergonomics, and I struggle with ergonomics. So what I did is take this off, and then you get this Colt buffer tube, and I bought a where is it here? The carbon AR-15 carbon buffer tube, and that allows you to put more stocks or different stocks on. So rather than using this and this, which come with the gun, I changed it to the carbine buffer tube and then the DS 150 stock. Potentially I could use another stock. What else do I have here? There's the standard MOE. Yep, it'll work. And what about the this guy? Yep, it'll work. So you can see by getting rid of the Colt A2 buffer tube, you can use a couple of different types of stock, and that'll help you complete the task. I'm trying to get this. There it is. So any of those 3 are good. If you're also struggling, rather than just using the carbine buffer tube, you can buy the advanced buffer tube or find the advanced buffer tube. So let me just go to the flea quickly. So there's a couple of advanced buffer tubes here. They're 40 and 23. So you could go here and it would give you minus 2 recoil plus 2 ergonomics. So the carbine buffer tube that I'm using here has, if you look at its stats, there's only minus 1 recoil. So you could pull this and spend 40k or 30k, whatever it was, put the advanced in, and that would give you a couple more points of ergo and a couple more recoil reductions. But again, I got it to work this way. So if we look at the stats, it wanted, let's go back here for a second. Task Gunsmith, so we have to worry about weight 6.7, ergo more 26 or above, recoil 300 or below. So we go back here really quickly and we see if we inspect, we're well above the 26, and the 2 of these going together will give you the less than 300. So 188 and 184, that's roughly 260. So actually, I don't know, can I put this this guy back on? Is that enough? Nope. 26. It should be enough, because it's still 180 and 88. That's 260, and then the ergo is 26. So I'm not quite sure how come that's failing. Anyways, we'll go modding, we'll go back. Boom. And then the other thing is that you need to do is get a foregrip. So here I'm using, I was using this KAC. It's got no recoil but does have +7. Well, this guy here also has a little bit of recoil reduction, and it has +7, so it's even a better choice. So that's the Magpul RVG foregrip. You do need a Remington RAHG 4-inch rail to put it on, so you do that. But again, that's not too much of a problem. For the pistol grip, just grab whatever pistol grip you have with the highest amount of ergo on it. So if I just go quickly here, we got 33. That's -1. So I'm looking here to see if I have something that's got any. Well, if we went with the Grawl, it would give me even more ergo. So if I put that on there, I'm just gonna have a look here and see if whether that allows me to put the original stock back on. Nope, for some reason it does not like it, even though that is above 26. Oh, is it the weight? Yes, it's the weight. That's what it is, 6.7. I'm 0.030 above. That's why it won't do it. Okay, so if I jump back here, this is let's have a look at the weight. 6.7, so this is much lower. So that's why this combination is not working, because it's 0.952. Whereas if I take this off, and this combination is only 0.56. So that's why that combination works. And then for the silencer, there are a couple of choices. Well, not really. I was going to use the SDN-6, but it's -26 ergo. Does give you a good recoil reduction, but it's a -26 ergo, and that's not going to work. Actually, it might work now that I've done some other changes. Let me try that. Boom. Yep, there it is. So the one combination that works is the hybrid, and that's off Peacekeeper, but you need this thread mount, and then the other one that I have here is this SDN-6, and of course it needs this mount to go on. So either one of those will work if you go to the Grail pistol grip. So I'm just going to do this because I can actually use this on a lot of different guns, but that's an easy purchase off Peacekeeper, or trade at least. So go here to Peacekeeper, and so here's the mount, and then here is the silencer itself, 692, or I believe it's a bargain item here somewhere for 4 sticks of RAM. I don't see that here. Maybe it's this guy. Bum. Yes, there it is. 4 sticks of RAM. So you can see whichever is cheaper, but long and short of it, that works. So there we go. I pulled the stock and buffer tube off and replaced it, and went with a lighter weight stock. I pulled the pistol grip off the gun and put the Grawl on for the high ergonomics and lightweight. I went with the RVG Magpul foregrip because it's got -2 recoil, +7 ergonomics, which is just as good as this straight ergo boost one. And these stocks will also work on the gun. So again, as long as they're light enough and give you the recoil. I went with a Smith & Bender scope. I did not use the Night Force one, and I went with the SDN over the hybrid mount and silencer. So everything's done there, and the task is complete. So hopefully you can, Gunsmith Part 13, turn in. There it is, bang, done. Complete. All right, good. So, yeah, that's it. Hopefully that will help you complete the task.